I prepared a presentation, but I will speak it out. I would like to emphasize around 4 points. I'm very happy that the survey has brought out an important point that related to the efficiency of the faculty. That is about 85% to be improved upon. We have got 4 parameters. One is a student, another is a faculty, another is about 30,000 colleges. Fourth parameter is about 22 lakhs. And most of the colleges are in the rural area. As the person who gave the vision document for 18 government when Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister, that is called the district program in 28 sectors, which was discussed in the district collectors conference in 87-88, which has resulted in, I am also alive and today IT in India. 95, after visiting so many districts in the country, more than 350 districts, I thought that IT in agriculture is more important because India is an agrarian country. And introduced in 95, and many of the IT industries are not ready to even to look into IT in government as well as IT in agriculture. What we put that blueprint in IT in agriculture is the e-governance program in India today, and which many of the countries abroad also is now looking towards a solution from India. So, what is the problem? That is also today I have seen that there is an aim is that creating a synergized and result-oriented higher education environment. 25,000 agriculture graduates comes out every year from about 452 agriculture colleges. 80% of them are jobless. And remaining people go as an officer in the bank, public sector. But today, the agriculture extension system is in a very shabby manner. It is destabilized. And how to bring back at least to the 25,000 graduates who come out every year back to pavilion. So it made me that, okay, fine, you have worked in the government, you have seen the entire country, and what to do that. That's what has resulted me, after retirement, to create a discipline called Agricultural Informatics, a Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies in a private university called Soviet University, which has launched MTech in Agricultural Informatics program. Basically, on the same concept of, if you do 6 months first semester, you will get a certificate, diploma. And if you do the first year, it is postgraduate. And if you complete the 3rd semester and 4th semester, you will get MTech programs there. And this is completely a synergized program of how to bring in not only agriculture, non-agriculture students to bring in for agricultural, management. Today, I have seen it, that about 135 million farming community is not having any technology, especially even in IT. Even if you see weather forecast, he said that cloud, somebody was telling it. Do you know what is the impact if 100% farmer gets weather information very in advance? It will result in 115,000 crores economic impact. 115,000 crores. And why can't we achieve it? What is this as technology universities? When the Britishers were there, 150 years back, an agricultural met weather station group was formed in IMD, but still now we are not even able to go for a weather prediction, Met advisory services to each small farmers. He needs that when he have a crop, he needs the crop during the crop cycle, weather predictions, weather related things that. We are not able to do that. So here if the synergy takes place, our education and our research and the farmer means here is a private industry and the student and the research programs. This is one example which I would like to put it. That is the reason why that program has been launched. Second one is that when I was the DG, and I see he was mentioned it, that I had a meeting with Dr. Sandy Trotta. Now I have seen it, that there are about 4,500 engineering colleges. And NASCOM report said that only 15% of the people are employable. And 50% of the people, if they are skilled, they can be employed. What will happen to the 45% of the students for whom the parents invest and the private people, they invested money in the rural area where government didn't want to go over there. Even the government is not even interested to part the education cess which they collect from the income taxpayers. They are not interested even to the private institution which also brings out good students. So all students are, these are Indian students. Why only that students who come from IITs and NITs and UGC, aided colleges only should be given all government contributions then? So this, I thought that I should bring it out, to the forum. So I told Dr. Sandeep that you have suggested 1,500, universities has to be brought out. What will happen to this? And today when a student joins his course, he doesn't have a basket of problems to choose. That he will work on the problem for the next 4 years along with the faculty, so that by the time he finishes his course, he is an engineer, not a graduate. That is not there. So why can't we do it? So that resulted in, then Dr. Sandeep told that, Moni, we know about you. Why don't you start this one? I told him, I'm retiring on May 31st. No, please do that. We'll be back with you. Then I called Mr. Raghav, gentlemen, you are doing an engineering watch. Even though my target is 4,500 engineering colleges who teach computer science and 18,000 non-engineering colleges who teach MCA programs to be covered. Because this is, we know that Digital India program is going to come in 2013, right? And how to do about it. And within 1 month, he was able to organize a conference on the UN Civil Services Day that I also gave the title that Engineering eGov Research Program in every college, that if a research incubator is established and the faculty member and the student are made to work on the research incubator programs. And when he comes out, what he said is that first 3rd year designer, 4th year, robotics, and then 5th year mechanic. Naturally, he will come out because today our youth wants to learn, wants to work. No student wants to have any freebie from government. If you travel throughout the length and breadth of rural areas, they want job. He said only stop. Tsunami is going to take place. What India has already faced in 2004, still the rehabilitation in many parts of the country didn't complete so far that. So the tsunami is going to take place within the youth unless this is one program. Then we thought that fine, at least to start with this 4,500 engineering colleges and 18,000 non-engineering colleges, we don't have a national center for engineering, e-governance, research and developing innovative solutions. And that is the one that is the PPP model, so that this body will be in a position to interact with all the colleges. Forget about IITs, forget about NITs, forget about the central universities and so on and so forth, other private sector institute, and let us try to do that. Once upon a time when we were doing it, the private companies were ready to give probationary training. But today, you can't expect from the private industries to spend on our students because they are working on very reduced margin. So we have to find a space to how to give this training on the job, when the student is in the campus then. So this is one which we would like to do it under the PPP model. I'll be very happy. This is going to be registered as a society, and this will be done. Third is that we don't have a good textbooks, at least in IT, written by Indian authors. This is when I was the Deputy Director General E-Governance Standards. We proposed that at least we should have 100 titles written by Indian authors, Indian professors in 22 languages. because this has made me, because when I was interacting with a student from Bihar, he was an expert on that technology. Right? And he was talking in Hindi and so on and so forth. I asked him that, gentleman, how did you learn and how did you become expert and so on and so forth? Sir, the thing is that I have to go through two processes. And there is no books available, so I went for an English language course first. And then many of the terminology was not told. So the thing is that first I will translate in English, understand it, then get back to my own, mother tongue and try to do that. Is it happening in Japan? Is it happening in France? Is it happening in other European countries? Why only it is happening in the 29 countries which he said that is in India? So this is a very big thing, that if we have to create a research interest among the students, research interest among the faculties, and research interest in the universities, the textbooks written by Indian authors are more important. Do you mean to say that they cannot write it? I asked many of the professors because I'm from IIT Chennai, 76, 78 MTech back, they said that they don't find time. I was surprised and shocked. When they have got all the time to understand, to go and attend all conferences in abroad and India, they cannot sit and write textbooks based on their experiences. And I should be wrong. And these are the four areas where I strongly feel that if we have a textbook of our own, based on our own experience, another one is to be available in 22 languages. And third is that there has to be a basket full of problems. And where the first day when each institution give a diary book, when a student join, prospectus book, he give a problem. Let him also choose it. Let him study theory and let him also study this one. And fourth one is that technology is available, whether you like it or not, he will use it. But when Professor Sanjay Singh, when he invited me to address to the students, what is the program? Inspire. That's Inspire. Inspire 1. I asked many of the students that, how many cell phones you have? Many say that 2, 3 and so on and so forth. I told him, you are a computer science student. Can you throw this mobile phone on the ground and count how many number of components it has got? And what is its interfaces? Have you studied in your coursework for the last 4 years? They said no. This I related to what Professor Nath said when he was the director IIT, Mumbai, when Dr. Manmohan Singh, when he was the Deputy Chairman Planning Commission in 1986, he called for all 5 IIT directors conference one-day meeting. Work out long-range research problems. Finance is not the criteria. And that time National Informatics Center was attached with the Planning Commission. We have been asked to attend that meeting. Throughout the meeting, Dr. Manmohan Singh inaugurated it. Then Dr. Raja Challaya, Member Planning Commission, took over the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, what has come out was that Professor Nath said that we never allowed our student to soil their hand to mold the house. Even in IITs. He said that it is set up as an Indian Institute of Technology, it has become Indian Institute of Engineering. We have never allowed our students. We also produce only certificate than any other universities. So it's a simple example. When the rain stops, the kids, they will run out of the house, they will go to the street, they put the wet sand on their own feet and try to mold the house. Other kids will come and demolish it. So he said that very nicely, until we soil the hand, we allow the students to soil the hand, how we will mold the house. Thank you very much.